Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is who will be the next finance minister after Arun Jaitley. Niti Aayog Vice Chairman says that the new FM will undoubtedly have big shoes to fill. Praising Jaitley from bringing the economy back from the brink and facilitating big reforms like GST, Rajiv Kumar hopes the next finance minister will also focus on ushering in bold reforms. Listen in.
Mr. Jaitley inherited an impossible situation on his hands. The government was in paralysis, the NPAs were about 8.5 lakh crore, the banks had already stopped lending for the 2 years prior to that, inflation was way up there at about 10% plus, food inflation was roaring away. The macroeconomic situation in the country when Mr. Jaitley took over as finance minister was really in doldrums. And you would remember that even as late as September 2013, the rupee was also in a free fall when Raghuram Rajan took over as governor. It is entirely to Mr. Jaitley's credit that he was able to, he was able to consolidate all of that. He was able to, get the economy back from the brink, as it were, and have 5 years of an amazing macroeconomic performance, which combined about 7%, average growth, GDP growth, with an inflation of, about 3%. With current account deficit well under control, and with banks having been recapitalized, the banking credit growth beginning to go up again, and he took the collapse of the ILFS also in his stride. So I think Mr. Jaitley will be remembered for his contribution to this economy at a time when things were just looking very dismal.
For the next finance minister, given the fact that growth indeed is a concern at this point of time, what tools would be available for the next finance minister when he looks at the budget making exercise in the next few days?
I think there he or she would have to find more fiscal space to ramp up public capital expenditure. I suppose the most important thing that the finance minister would be looking at is non-tax revenues coming out of disinvestment, strategic sales, and asset monetization of the public sector units and of assets held by different government agencies. And I think that is one place where we can generate up to an additional 1% of GDP